And welcome back to the Yes Functional Longevity Podcast, where we give you insight on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. Hi, my name is Chris Borda, best-selling author and owner of Y.E.S Fitness, coming to you live on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon right here in Burlington, Connecticut. So I have a little bit of housekeeping for you today. We've reached the boiling point here coming out of COVID, and we're looking for some coaches. We're looking for a morning full-time coach, and we're looking for an evening coach. So if you know anyone who might be interested in joining our family down here, you just have to have a lot of enthusiasm. They want to learn. They got to be good with people. Send them on down, and I'd be happy to speak with them. So again, we're looking for a couple of coaches. If you know anybody, somebody who wanted to make a career change, somebody who's got a little bit of extra time, someone who's always loved fitness, maybe they're just getting out of school, send them down. We could use the help. So today, we want to talk about a surprisingly clear picture of what diet is best for your success. Often people come up to me and say, hey, Chris, what's the best exercise? What exercise should I be doing? And I always tell them, what are you trying to accomplish? What's your goal? Because that's what's going to determine the exercise. Well, the same holds true with nutrition. If they come in and say, or a client might ask me, hey, Chris, what's the best diet? What diet should I be on? My first question is, what are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to lose weight? Which is often the case, but I don't know that. Maybe you want to try to fight diabetes or heart disease. Or maybe you're trying to just get a quick fix, something to get a little bit of fat off your body. Maybe you're looking for something that's easy to follow. Maybe you're looking for a diet that's going to promote longevity. So that's the first question to be answered. What is it that you're trying to accomplish? So that's what we're going to talk about here today. So we're all aware that a lot of diets come and go, and some last for a long time. Okay, the Atkins diet has been around for a long time now, and they promise results, and they tempt us with dreams of achieving the perfect goals. But really, in reality, as we know, myself, many times that I've tried to diet a little bit, it can be very frustrating. It's not easy. If it was easy, it wouldn't be $1 billion industry. I don't even know what it is. I know it's at least $1 billion industry. And to be honest with you, most diets don't work. And that's what the research shows. They're not sustainable. That's why the word die is in there, because it dies off. Even worse than that is that some of them are unhealthy, and they can actually threaten your own health. So we're going to try to weed through some of the truth, okay, of fad diets and dieting. And it can be difficult and tricky to determine if the plan can deliver on the claims that it's making or it's not going to happen. So recently, the U.S. News and World Report just released their annual assessment of the year's best diets. So U.S. News and World Report, best diets, what they think. And this time, they separate the rankings looking at specifically at some things like heart-healthy friendly diets to help Americans make better choices with foods and nutrition related to improving their health. And they take a look at anti-aging and health goals and things like that. So that's kind of how they determined some things here, how they broke it down. So to determine the rankings, they brought together an expert panel of the country's top specialists in nutrition, diabetes, heart disease, heart health, weight loss, and things like that. And through a very in-depth survey, 27 panelists scored 40 diets in 7 areas, including ease of compliance, the likelihood of losing significant weight in both the short and the long term, the effectiveness of the diet against cardiovascular disease and diabetes. So this is what kind of took a look at, and he broke it down. And to account for the ever-evolving nature of the diet world and nutrition, the health team added intermittent fasting and cert food diets to round this all out this year. So they took a look at a lot of stuff. So if you want to find out further details on how they did the rankings and how they calculated it And just how it all is done, you can just Google U.S. News best diets, and it's going to come up for you. And it's going to show you how they did or how they calculated whatever they calculated. So if you can take this information, this advice, talk to your doctor about it, talk to your registered dietitian about it, hopefully we can help you make a better diet to adopt for a healthy lifestyle. So not all diet plans are nutritious and safe, but hopefully after today, you'll be able to decipher some of the facts of the 40 most popular diets and rank them in a range of levels from safety to healthiness to the likelihood of weight loss and to the likelihood of being able to maintain it for the long haul. How easy it is to do. You can jump right online and take a look at how it's all broken down, but I'm just going to take a look at each of the topics and the top 2 or 3 diets in each of the topics and go through those lists with you. So keep an ear open onto one you might be looking to do, like if you want to try to lose some fat fast or long term or diabetes or anything like that. And one thing you'll notice is the ones that get the high scores in safety and nutrition or nutritional value, they're very similar to each other. The reoccurring theme across the diets that excelled in healthiness is adequate calories, making sure you have enough calories. Enough calories that are supplied by a heavy load of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, a modest amount of healthy fats, and an occasional treat. Plants are the foundation, and the menu is always built around minimal processed meals. Okay, so you want no processed meals if you can, no processed food. You want to make the foods from scratch. Those are the parameters that the safest and the most nutritious diets are. You probably could have guessed ahead of time, right? Lots of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, modest amounts of lean protein, non-dairy, non-fat dairy, and some healthy fats, and the occasional treat. Those are the things that you want to be looking for, okay? Now, the list includes the best diets for healthy eating, the easiest diets to follow, the best plant-based diet, the best diet for diabetes, the best weight loss diet, the best heart healthy diet, and the best diet programs, amongst some other things. But those are the ones we're highlighting here, okay? And so just a couple of highlights here. So for the 5th consecutive year, the Mediterranean diet ranks as the #1 best overall diet. We talk about the Mediterranean diet all the time. We talked about it last week. It's been rated again by U.S. News and Report as the best #1 overall diet. The Mediterranean diet is among the most studied diets in the world and one of the few, most of which are high-fat or carbohydrate diets, showing benefits on cardiovascular disease and outcomes. The Mediterranean diet also claimed the top spot in 5 other lists. So if you're thinking about doing something healthy, starting today, jump on a Mediterranean diet because it topped the list on the best diet for healthy eating, the best diet to follow, the best diet for diabetes, the best plant-based diet, and the best heart-healthy diet, which it tied with another diet, which I'll talk about in a minute. Now, in addition to making the top 5 appearance in the best overall, Weight Watchers continues to rank high across multiple categories. Again, is taking the #1 spot for the best weight loss diet. And that was tied with the Flexitarian diet. If you're not familiar with the Flexitarian diet, it's a style of eating that encourages eating mostly plant-based foods while allowing meat and other animal products in moderation. And the Volometers diet, this diet encourages you to eat nutrient-dense foods that are low in calories and high in water, such as fruits, vegetables, and soups. Meanwhile, it limits calorie-dense foods like cookies, candies, nuts, seeds, and oils. The best diet programs, so Weight Watchers also was up there in the tied for number one for the best diet program with the Mayo Clinic diet. And the U.S. News panel of experts agrees that the Weight Watchers provides a customizable, community-driven, long-term strategy for weight loss. So it's been around a long time. A lot of people have been successful with it. I have clients that have been successful with Weight Watchers. I'm certainly a firm believer in you've got to find a nutritional pattern that will work for you. We have how we like to do it, and we've had some very successful results with people that follow our nutritional advice. But someone comes in the door and they've been successful with Weight Watchers and it's doing what they wanted to do and they're getting those fruits and vegetables and getting the nutrients that they need. Hey, I'm not going to play with that because it's working. We need to find something that's working. Now, once again, the DASH diet and the Flexitarian diet tied for the number 2 spot on the best overall diet rankings. The MIND diet, M-I-N-D, took the number 4 spot with Weight Watchers, moving to number 5. And we're tied with the TLC, the Voltimeters, and the Mayo Clinic diet. So let's just take a look at the rankings as we go down each one of the categories, summarize it for you here. So according to the news, U.S. News, best diet rankings for 2022. The best overall diets. Number 1 is the Mediterranean diet. Number 2, the DASH diet, D-A-S-H diet, tied the Flexitarian diet. If you're not familiar with the DASH diet, it's a healthy eating plan designed to help treat and prevent high blood pressure or hypertension. The DASH diet includes foods that are rich in potassium, calcium, and magnesium. These nutrients help control blood pressure. The diet limits food that are high in sodium, saturated fat, and added sugars. So we have Mediterranean, we got the DASH and the Flexitarian diet for number 2, tied with number 2 and number 3. So those are the top 3 diets. So the best diet program, they had this category before as the best commercial diets, but they've now categorized it as the best diet program. The number 1 best diet program is a tie between the Mayo Clinic diet and Weight Watchers. Those 2 tied for the best diet programs, and Jenny Craig was actually number 3. It's the first and only time Jenny Craig is on anyone on the list, I believe. Number 3, we have the best weight loss diets. So the Flexitarian diet and the Voltimeters diet, they tied for the number 1 spot. Weight Watchers came in number 3. So kind of all 3 of those for the best weight loss diets. I think they all tied together. All 3 of those diets tied together. So the best fat weight loss diet. So if you want to lose fat quickly, the number 1, ding, 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 is the Atkins diet. We kind of know that. Cuts out just all kinds of stuff, all carbohydrates, right? Get rid of that water. But this is what they put as the rankings. Number 2. And this was tied with Optavia, pardon me. So the HMR diet, the HRM stands for the Health Management Resources. It's a behavioral psychologist, a behavioral psychologist. I don't know why I can't say that today. Named Lawrence Stifler, PhD, developed over 30 years ago. It's a low-calorie diet, which is defined as 1,200 to 1,400 calories, and it combines portion-controlled HMR shakes, entrees with fruits and vegetables. So kind of taking some of the prep food work out of it for you, right? And the Optavia diet, they tied, is marketed as a weight loss or maintenance plan that prescribes eating a mix of purchased processed foods created by the company. They call them the fuelings. And homemade leans and green meals, things like that. So those 2 are not very commercially known. Those 2 diets actually were right there with the best fat loss diets, along with Atkins. So some other options if you don't do well with the Atkins diet. So the best diets for healthy eating, number 1, Mediterranean diet. Tied for number 2 and number 3 is the DASH diet and the Flexitarian diet, plant-based diet. So Those are three great diets. The easiest diets to follow: number one, the Mediterranean diet; number two, the Flexitarian diet; and the Mind diet tied with the fertility diet. So if you're not familiar with the Mind diet, the principles of the Mind diet include 10 food groups. To eat 10 food groups, you should eat, and 5 you limit. So there's 10 you eat, 5 you limit. I had to get that straight in my head. Every day you should eat at least 3 servings of whole grains, fruits, and vegetables, 1 to 2 servings of beans, poultry, and fish each week. And daily snacks can include nuts and berries. That's tied with the fertility diet and along with the Weight Watchers diet. So we got kind of a 3-way tie there in the easiest diets to follow. And we know, well, I'll go on here before I get into that. The best diet for diabetes is the Mediterranean diet. The Flexitarian diet and the vegan diet are both tied for number 2 and number 3. And the best heart healthy diets, the Mediterranean diet tied with the Ornish diet, and the DASH diet was number 3. The best plant-based diets: Mediterranean, Flexitarian, Vegetarian, 3 diets right there. So whenever we take a look at any diet, any eating plan, we want to, again, find something that we can maintain. Eating healthy isn't only about losing weight, and it does not require schemes, gimmicks, fancy appliances, or a lot of packaged food you need to buy, and it doesn't have to be a lot of money. Although right now, groceries are a lot of money because of what's going on in the world, but let's hope that changes. I mean, nothing is more frustrating to me right now is when I go to the grocery store and I can't buy the foods that I want to buy. So I can't eat as healthy as I like to eat because the food's just not available to me. This will pass, right? So all you need to do is look at what you're eating and recognize what healthy food looks like, which is most often available fresh, not prepackaged, not processed, and it's not in a takeout bag. Those are the things you don't want, right? And this may not fit with today's demand on wanting convenience. Everybody's in a rush. They don't want to take the time into it. But if you want weight loss, you want to improve your health, you will need to adjust your lifestyle with a program that is sustainable for the long haul. This means maintaining a diet that's nutritious and delicious. And it may take a bit of planning. Planning is always, we start with the word plan, because we want to make sure that you have the right foods in the house. It's the first of the 5 Ps. Plan. Have the plan written down so you go to the store and buy the right products. So we're purchasing them correctly. You're going to bring them home and you're going to prepare them in the right portion sizes. The 5 Ps, and the 5th P is always be able to pass. But this commitment to planning is well worth it for you. You deserve the best. You only get one body. We only get one life. You hear it sometimes. Your body's a temple. What you put into it, you absorb. What you absorb is what you're going to get out of it. A healthy diet improves health and fights disease. And there's no one diet that's right for everyone. That's why we went through all different diets, and we have to find, again, something that works for you. So it's important to follow an eating plan that is packed with tasty, healthy foods that keep your unique lifestyle in mind. Those are the keys. Those are the keys to nutrition. Those are the keys to diet. So if you're interested in more information on that, you certainly can get a hold of me, but you could just jump online when we're done listening to this and we'll look up U.S. World News and Report 2020 diet listings or rankings, and you'll see everything that they did, and you'll see that same information that I gave you today. So I hope this was helpful for you to understand that there's no one diet perfect for everything, although the Mediterranean diet does seem to be a very good, whole, healthy, round diet, easy to follow. It's good for fat loss and all those kind of things, but maybe that's not your thing. But find something that you can maintain. It's healthy for the long haul, and you'll find success. You'll be happy. So I, again, hope this is helpful for you. Thank you for watching. I always appreciate the fact, and I don't take it lightly that you take the time to listen to what I have to say. And as always, if you have any questions, put it in the comments, stop by, give me a call, whatever it might be. And head on outside and enjoy some of this beautiful weather we're going to have this week. Thanks for watching, and have a great night.